All right, we are here, Ratio Christi, Winthrop University. We are here with my friend Miss Casey, and she's a Ratio Christi student, and we wanted to do a little bit of an interview and just talk to our students a little bit about how they came to know Christ and how apologetics and theology and that has played a role in their life. So, Casey, how long have you been a Christian, would you say?
I was raised in a Christian household, so I guess you could say I always knew about God, but I think I really came to know Him more when I was about 13 or so.
Okay, so what would you say maybe are some of the questions or objections that you've heard that maybe caused you to have to do a little more research or question?
I think the main thing is I guess it is kind of absurd to someone who's kind of more logical to think about over God doing all these sort of mystical things that can't really be explained by science. And I think that's one of the big hurdles is people think that Christianity can't be scientific, that it's just some sort of magic, basically, and we use it to get around, make excuses for things.
How have you kind of come to peace with some of those arguments? Because I know you said that the scientific apologetics has helped you a lot kind of in your faith. So how has that kind of been able to be applied to your faith?
A huge part. I would say it's how I connect with God. I feel closest to God when I'm out in nature or with science, and I go, oh God, look at these beautiful things you've done. And that's how we connect. That's how we form our relationship. A relationship with God doesn't have to be the picture-perfect Christian that sits at church all day. We have a different kind of relationship. It's a logical one, and I love it.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier about how the church really needs apologetics and how a lot of the young people are leaving the faith. What would you say maybe to some of the pastors or youth pastors out there watching? How would you convince them that youth groups and college students need apologetics?
The statistics, really. I mean, people like me almost left the faith because we thought there was nothing for us. Because when we brought up questions, we were called doubters and we weren't true Christians, because why would we question God? And I think that's not the right attitude. It should be met with, hey, that's a good question. We should look at that together and we can grow through our doubts as people, because I think questioning faith is a good thing, because when you question it, you come up right or wrong. And as I've known, the more I question God, the stronger I believe in Him, because it's always right. I always get stronger in Him, because when I question, He says, oh, here's the answer. I'm like, wow, it's right.
Yeah. Would you say that since learning some apologetics that you are a little more emboldened maybe to go and share the gospel with your friends or with classmates?
Definitely, because you feel like you have a leg to stand on, because they always question the things that they know you don't really have answers to. Stuff like, why can't we see Him, or stuff like that. The hard questions. And so when you actually have an answer to them, I think that's really makes very empowering feeling when they ask you a question like, oh, I know that. I learned that, and I can tell you. And I think that's a great way to talk to people about Jesus, because it's something all of us can understand. They believe in science, so to be able to talk with them on a science level, I think, is very helpful in not pastoring, that's the word I'm looking for.
Maybe mentor.
Yeah.
Guiding, yeah.
Bringing people to God, basically.
Okay, last question here. How do you say Ratio Christi maybe has helped you in your kind of grounding in your faith, and what would you say to maybe some of the other students that are checking into Ratio Christi? Maybe they're not believers, or maybe they are believers, and how would you encourage them? What would you say about that?
I think the main thing it helps me with is someone like me. I never felt like I fit in, because I always wanted to question Christianity. So when I found all these people that thought the same way I did, and we all wanted to find the answers, it was really great to have a community of people I agreed with, and we could all hunt for the same things and grow together. And I think people who are doubting their own faith, this is a great way to outlook it. And I think that it's good for non-believers too, because it's always good to see the other side of the coin. I love seeing the other side of the coin. I think finding out things you don't agree with is very important to grow as a person, and that's what college is all about.
Yeah. All right, friends. Well, Casey, I appreciate your time and letting us interview you, and hope you guys enjoyed that interview and just, kind of see what we're doing on the college campus and get to see a face behind some of the students that we talk about a lot. So, all right. God bless.